Recently on my YouTube channel, I shared a video called Niche Research Mastery, Exploring Designs and Why They Sell. Now in that video, I showed 8 different print-on-demand designs and talked about and discussed my thought process as to why that design is effective. The feedback has been great. The video is doing well. I'm getting a lot of comments and a lot of people said it was very helpful. So this is going to be a second edition. I've got 7 brand new designs and we're going to go over these and really try and explore as to what's making them effective. With more and more people entering the print-on-demand space and opening up shops, that means it's more critical than ever to hone your niche research skills. That's going to allow you to create unique, original designs that actually have a chance of selling instead of duplicating the same styles and designs that are already out there flooding the marketplace. This is going to be much more in-depth than just sharing trending niches or areas of opportunity, although if you pay attention, there's plenty of that as well. Instead, I want to break down each design and I want to share my thought process. Why does this design work? Why is it effective? Can I determine who the target customer is? Because if you understand these concepts and you look and treat your niche research in this method, that'll allow you to use those same successful tactics on other designs, maybe in niches you're more familiar with or maybe in niches that you've already had success with. I've been selling print on demand since 2018, and since then it's grown into my primary full-time side hustle. But I couldn't have done it without understanding and dedicating a lot of time and energy to niche research. All right, enough talking, let's get right to it. All right, up first I have this butterfly design. Now, the title says, Save the Monarchs, Plant Some Milkweed, Butterfly Gift t-shirt. Why is this effective? Why is it working? Okay, well right off the bat I can see from the illustration exactly what it is. That's a butterfly. It's specifically a monarch butterfly. But let's go a little bit deeper. Why else is it working? Well, we can see here it says, Save the Monarchs, Plant Milkweed. Now, I'm not a butterfly expert, but I do know that if you want to save monarch butterflies and encourage their habitat, you're supposed to plant milkweed. So the designer or creator of this particular design knew that, or they did their niche research. And if you look close here at the design, you can see there's a little caterpillar, there's a picture of milkweed, the plant, and then there's the monarch butterfly. It's a very simple design. It kind of combines a realistic element that really does look like a monarch butterfly with a realistic caterpillar and milkweed, but also with an artistic message, save the monarchs, and a call to action, plant milkweed. The design itself is not overly complicated. It has a realistic element with an artistic approach, and it has a message and a call to action. Those are always good things to have on a t-shirt because that's what people are passionate about. The keywords are pretty good. We've got Save the Monarchs, we've got milkweed, we've got monarch butterfly. All of those things are going to be key to targeting the right customer. And then as soon as that thumbnail pops up, they see a monarch butterfly, and then they see the known thing to do, the known message. Save monarchs, plant milkweed. Excellent design, great execution, and I can see here from the ratings, this design is selling very well. All right, in my previous video, I shared this design, which has that white space on it that you can write on or sign and things like that. And I said, man, there's got to be some other areas or opportunities that you could expand on this idea. And today, I just happened to find this design, okay? So it says, Adult Vacation Drinking Showcase T-shirt. And if you look closely, it says Drink Around the World. And down at the bottom, right down here, it has a bunch of check boxes of different countries. Mexico, Norway, China, Italy. Well, this is actually a play on an Epcot shirt, Epcot the theme park. Now, I'm from the state of Florida, so I've actually been to Epcot, and it's a theme park that's set up with these international sets or locations, and people go there to drink around the world. They have beer in Germany and sake in Japan, and you get a little book and you kind of check it off. Well, this person has taken it a step further and created their own t-shirt with a checkbox built right in. This plays on that same concept I talked about in the last video where I said there's got to be other opportunities for this. And what's crazy is this thing is really selling well. There are people who are actually posting photos of themselves wearing it at Epcot. Now, quick disclaimer, this person is obviously targeting people who go to Epcot or Disney, aka trademark copyright. Now, I'm not talking about any of that and saying whether or not you should go for this niche or not. This isn't even about the niche. I'm trying to show you guys the creativity with this design. It's got a nice big clean logo. He's incorporated the maps and the little buildings all around the edges, and then he's using that checkbox, blank space on a t-shirt. It's a great idea. It's very creative and it's selling really, really well. All right, I know we're all familiar with the coffee niche. Very competitive, very high demand, but this was a unique design. I like this. I have not seen this before. So it says black, no cream, no sugar, coffee queen shirt. And if we look at the shirt, it's just 3 simple lines of text. It says at the bottom, cream, striked out, sugar, striked out, and then black on top. And that's because when you order a coffee, they often ask, do you want cream and sugar? And you say no. That means you're ordering just a black, plain coffee. Very simple concept, very simple design, and people who drink only black coffee are usually kind of in a league of their own. And this shirt stands out, and it speaks to that. It literally just says black. You know, that's how I like my coffee. This particular design caught my attention because most of the results on the page were your standard black t-shirt mock-up, but they did the inverse. They did a white t-shirt with black text. This is one way to stand out amongst the listings, and it's just a well-done example of using simple text, simple techniques like a strike-through to speak to that target customer. All right, this is another one that I came across that's just plain old funny. I don't remember seeing this during Thanksgiving last year. I'm usually pretty familiar with that niche, and I must have just missed this one. But it says Twerky, and the title says Twerky Turkey, but funny Thanksgiving twerk dance pun gift t-shirt, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's the design? Well, it's clear as day. It's a turkey showing its butt, I guess, showing its, its rump, and it's twerking, or it's showing that twerking motion. The graphic is really simple. It's got a distressed effect. It's very easy to read, and it pops really, really well off of that black t-shirt. I don't know if this designer is the original creator of this, but what they've done is they've taken the word twerk or twerking and the word turkey and combined it into twerky. Now, I know that's not the only subject and verb that you could combine into a new niche or a funny slang or a funny phrase. Use ChatGPT and get on there. If you have a niche that you're already having a lot of success in, and maybe there's some kind of, an animal or a place or an action, something like that that you could combine into a funny phrase, and that could be related to a holiday or it could be related to something specific within that niche, try it. All right, so I stumbled on this design when I was doing some research in the movie niche, right? About directors and about, script writers and things like that. And I stumbled upon lighting technician or sound guy or something like that. And I saw this and immediately thought it was hilarious. It says well hung. And if you look at the design here, you can see these are lights hanging from, maybe the top of a stage, the top of a theater, the rafters or something like that. Clearly speaking to some kind of sound engineer or sound technician. It's very, very simple. It's kind of an inside play within that niche. You're speaking to a target customer who? Somebody who works in sound or lighting, somebody who works in theater, maybe musicals, Broadway, directing, something like that, right? It's speaking to them and it's playing on their sense of humor. Simple design, very, very well done, very, very clever. All right, guys, this next design and niche is a really good one. It does very well during the cold winter months. And if you're subscribed to my newsletter, you may have seen this before. I sent this out to my newsletter subscribers about 2 months ago. So shameless plug here. Sign up for my newsletter down in the description below so you can get early access to POD niche reveals just like this one. Okay, so this is a Smores design, a Smores t-shirt. It says group hug s'mores, funny camping chocolate marshmallow s'mores t-shirt. Now, if you're not familiar with s'mores, that's a treat that's often made during the colder months when people are camping. It's a very popular treat for families. Now, if you're not familiar with s'mores, it's typically a graham cracker and a piece of chocolate sandwiched between a roasted marshmallow. They're delicious, and they're very popular with kids, families, camping, Boy Scouts, things like that. So why is this design effective? What is making it work? Well, first of all, it's funny. I mean, it's a clever little design. It says group hug, and it's got the graham cracker and the piece of chocolate kind of squishing in a roasted marshmallow in the middle. It's not overly complicated. It has a very friendly vibe, which is going to appeal to those kids, maybe young teens, families, things like that. It's also in a niche down category. So we have the broader camping category. And then after that, you have maybe camping foods. And then below that, you have camping treats such as s'mores. So the designer has sub-niche down to appeal to the specific camping person out there who loves s'mores. Just so happens to be a lot of people do, including me. This design cracks me up every time I see it. So we're all familiar with the big security shirts, right? They say security across the chest or maybe the back, bouncers, events and things like that. Well, this person had a clever take on it, and they used that same style, that same simple style, and just put insecurity, right? by putting those two little letters, you're shifting the design completely to a totally different target audience. In this case, maybe people who are insecure or have anxiety. It's a funny take, a funny play on words, which really appeals to that kind of sarcastic, self-deprecating audience. This takes literally seconds to make. It's properly executed. It's not fluffed with a bunch of other keywords and BS on here. You know exactly what it is and who it's for. It's fantastic. Now, there are a lot of reasons why designs sell. Sometimes you're just first to market. There's not a lot of competition and you're gonna get sales. Other times, maybe it's because that seller is putting a lot of money into ads and marketing to promote their design. It's just being seen by more people. But generally speaking, across the board, take any niche, the designs that are going to sell best and consistently is because they have a specific appeal to that target customer. The seller or designer has given significant thought into either the graphic, the text, or the combination of design elements to make it appealing and speak to that buyer. Gone are the days when you could just sort by bestsellers, recreate your own version, and throw it up. That's the saturation that everybody's talking about with print on demand. Instead, you need to dive deep in your niche research. You need to slow down. Instead of looking at all the designs across the board, focus in on one particular niche all the way down to one particular design. By treating your niche research as a brainstorming session where you're really trying to get in deep and understand the psychology of what was the intent, who is this speaking to, why is it working, you're going to be much better set up to create your own unique versions that speak to your own customers in your own niches. If you want to learn more about my thought process when it comes to niche research and mindset, strategy, all those things related to being successful with print on demand, sign up for my newsletter. There's a link down below in the description. In the meantime, guys, if you got any value out of this video, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to my channel. It really helps out. If you have a comment, I'd love to hear from you, especially if you want to see me make more content like this. Check out any of these niche research videos over here, and I hope you guys have a good one. Later.